So keep that in mind. For those who aren't in over their heads with debt, the opportunity to announce, hey, listen, I've been saving up presents itself. Despite the possibility, I opted not to purchase Bitcoin up here. It's not a negative thing. Having a positive leaning on Bitcoin over the medium to long term means you might be hoping for a modest dip just like me. Just let it fall. We should purchase and save. Renowned investor and author Robert Kiyosaki claims that Bitcoin is the simplest way to become a millionaire, much easier than conventional entrepreneurship. According to Kiyosaki, Bitcoin's value will hit $350,000 by August 2024, with future predictions indicating it may reach $2.3 million. He says, Bitcoin does the hard work for me, highlighting how Bitcoin makes wealth building easier than business. When it comes to inflation and government currencies, Kiyosaki thinks Bitcoin is a good bet. In times of economic uncertainty, he suggests diversifying holdings into precious metals like gold and silver, in addition to cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. Bitcoin has made substantial gains over the past year despite recent market volatility, with a price of around $67,680 as of June 11th, on market expectations of an interest rate decision by the Federal Reserve, reports on inflation in the United States, and slower accumulation by large Ethereum holdings are all factors contributing to the recent drop in Bitcoin's price. Bitcoin, according to Kiyosaki, has the makings of a revolutionary asset class, and his optimistic prediction on the cryptocurrency is central to his plan to amass wealth and stability. Seeing you all again is always a delight. Here we have our Bitcoin chart, which is sure to be a hit with crypto aficionados. Here, Bitcoin has experienced a rather large dump, falling from slightly around 70,000 to the high 69 area. The 66 range is now back above 67, pardon me. Although this is crucial, isn't it? In our earlier strategies, what did we cover? To put it plainly, we anticipated opposition up here, didn't we? In which case, once again this and this, then we realized we had support here, and that's when we had that lovely upswing. What it tells us is that we are probably going to return to that level. You still give this channel the benefit of the doubt. Because you're a techie and someone whose only job is to observe the charts, right? We emerged from the channel that was forming and remain elevated above it. You get that neutral to positive bias when you're above it. And it's all right if we return and touch this level again. For bulls, a daily closing below is unacceptable. Once you begin closing below, the chart's bullish force begins to crumble and the bears gain confidence. Once you've gotten that going, and it begins trading, if it does, in this area first, then this one, and maybe even this one below, fine. Now, here's the cool part if you're hoping to build up your Bitcoin holdings, or if you already have some but would like to have more, I can show you the confluence where all the pieces come together. Therefore, if we examine this and move the line across this pivot location, we will see what happens. Guys, what we have here is a situation in which, can you make out the sideways consolidation that precedes the major bull run? So you know what? The lower level of this channel reaches the same level if we examine it closely. For that reason, I must admit that this would be an amazing opportunity to purchase Bitcoin if it materialized. I know a lot of you are probably thinking, oh my goodness, I really hope that doesn't happen, but please hear me out. It would be absolutely terrible, blah, blah. I have a lot of debt on my Bitcoin account. I would be bought out. To begin, plays the devil's game with leverage. What I mean is that it will succeed in obtaining you. Just because it hasn't caught you before doesn't guarantee it will next time. The algorithms that control every market will find you and capture you in due time. So please grasp that. It's simply being truthful. You guys, I have experience in the financial markets and the world of institutions. At some point, they will try to find you. So keep that in mind. For those who aren't in over their heads with debt, the opportunity to announce, hey, listen, I've been saving up presents itself. Despite the possibility, I opted not to purchase Bitcoin up here. It's not a negative thing. Having a positive leaning on Bitcoin over the medium to long term means you might be hoping for a modest dip, just like me. Just let it fall. We should purchase and save. Ethereum, it was trading below this critical level as is known to us. Take a look at what transpired after your huge promotion. It leveled out just above this pivot point. It's bearish since we closed below this little yellow-white line and there are 3 inside bars. Before you get your move, there's a down move with sideways consolidation. Once again, the chart is pointing us in the direction of this possible decline. You don't have many allies in this situation, which is the tough part, isn't it? Right now, there aren't many levels in this range that provide us with that chance to locate support. This space here is all we have, isn't it? Here you can see an upward trend line, and you can also look in the immediate area. Therefore, I believe that the 313300 level will serve as your initial major support if Ethereum keeps falling. Please stay with me, but the range is 3,100 to 3,300. In my opinion, that's the sweet spot where Ethereum users will be most helpful. Now we will examine gold. Here we have our modest rebound off of this chart, and we are continuing to do this, so gold is back in the picture. However, my main worry is that we are not making a certain pattern. Is it beginning to resemble this once more? Who knows? From a probabilistic standpoint, after all, probabilities don't promise a 100% guarantee, do they? Therefore, it would essentially be a 70. There is only a 60% probability that it favors the downside with only 2 candles, in my opinion. However, the odds are still in favor of a decline, which would signal a price cut in the coming days, perhaps in response to CPI data or the Fed's remarks later today. Here we go again. With silver following yesterday's bounce, we're seeing a little pullback today, but keep an eye out for the pattern. To begin, you have your channel, that lovely channel that documents your highs and lows, correct? Down, move sideways too. Again. If my larger macro play on silver continues to be positive as it currently is, I would expect you to see a minimum of a drop to $28 and a dollar cost average. My goodness, you oil men, that was a breathtaking return to the crime scene. Have I not been leading you in these strategies to anticipate this? We do experience low points, don't we? This consolidation was bearish since it occurred during all of these low points. We fell apart. That's the bottom tier. Right there you have it. But go back to the crime scene is what that is known as. You may anticipate a reversal because I even drew that line yesterday. In this case, I did a small short on oil. We will see whether my prediction that oil prices will fall in the next several days and weeks comes true, but it is based on both the chart and my larger macro slowdown in the US.